told me last week that you had magic mushrooms together in Budapest to understand better the character of MoonKnight. Do you have anything to say about it?
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to
Hello, Ethan. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for being here.
The first question is a must. Is it true that Oscar Isaac convinced you to join MoonKnight with tequila?
I was probably already going to join, but the tequila definitely helped. Oscar and I live close together, and we met and started talking about this. And of course, it was during the pandemic, and so you weren't allowed to eat inside. So we were sitting outside in the freezing cold having dinner while he told me about the story and why he wanted to do it and why he thought we would work well together. And it was freezing, so we just kept drinking. I didn't realize that I was completely drunk till I got home, but I'd already agreed to do it. So there it is.
Your character, Arthur, doesn't have any powers in the comic books. Does he have them in the show? Is it the same character?
I don't think so. The thing about Moon Knight as a comic is it kept kind of being rebooted and changing a little bit. His backstory would change and his look would change. And so I think Kevin Feige and the whole Marvel team really wanted us to carve a new path for Moon Knight, kind of pinching a little bit from what we loved about the characters. And, there's something beautiful about a hero who's inconsistent like the moon, who's kind of has these different phases of himself, of how he appears. And there's something beautiful about that has continuity to the comics. But the comics don't have a definitive villain. There's a little bit the Bushman, but they didn't want to do the Bushman. And so I had free reign to build with them. What should this villain be? And this is where we arrived.
What do you think about Kevin Feige's fantastic job?
Well, it's unprecedented in the history of movies.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen very often. Every now and then there's a Michael Jordan, a Steve Jobs, a Bob Marley, somebody who completely alters the playing field of their said prospective business or art or whatever you want to call it. And it's truly remarkable. I really don't know what to say about it. It's the kind of thing it's hard to say something about when somebody really forges their own path.
I love it. What is your favorite episode of the show?
God, my favorite episode of the show, I think, is the 5th episode, because what you slowly start to realize in the series is that you have an unreliable narrator, that what Steven and Mark sees is through a fractured mind, and that you're not sure what elements of reality are real and which ones aren't. Is he a superhero? Does he just imagine that he's a superhero? What else is happening in these blackouts? And that, to me, the show gets really exciting. And got a lot more interesting for me to play as a performer.
What did you expect from the role and from working with Marvel?
I think I expected it to be a lot more rigorous than it was. In my past experiences, oftentimes the bigger the budget, the less freedom the artists have. When they spend a lot of money, they want you to do exactly what they ask all the time. Marvel has a different attitude. As long as you color within the lines, you're definitely working in their kitchen, but you can do whatever you want once you're there. And they have a great faith and belief in actors that I realized about halfway through that if this wasn't good, it was really going to be Oscar and I's fault, because they were really giving us a lot of creative freedom. And it was a real pleasure and an inspiration to work on in that way.
Oscar Isaac told me last week that you had magic mushrooms together in Budapest to understand better the character of MoonKnight. Do you have anything to say about it?
No, I wish he didn't talk so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.